Have you ever went on a road trip far from home and had car trouble and then wonder, are you going to make it back home? That happened to me yesterday. I'm going to tell you the story how we made it home 60 miles limping in my Equinox, which I named the Defiant. Yesterday I was filming Metamora, okay? And I was finishing up Metamora, and I don't know if I was doing it on this video camera or my cell phone, but I might have been making it short. So bug hit me in the eyeball. It has nothing to do with car trouble, I know, but follow along. So we're leaving Metamora. We're headed to another location for filming, because yesterday and today, picture perfect days, y'all. Picture perfect. So I knew of another location that was kind of, well, not exactly on the way home. It was a little further out in Metamora. So we're getting down there. I'm about a mile or so down the road, and the car starts acting up. At the time, I didn't know this was the problem, a high pressure fuel pump. That was the problem. At the time, I didn't know. All I know is my car is spitting and sputtering. And then get a little bit further down the road, it's starting to conk out. Conk out, is that even a word? So I'm spitting and sputtering. Every time the car would change gears, it would die, then start back up. Die, start back up. I had almost no power. So immediately, I'm like, Angie, we ain't making it to the next location. We got to make it home the fastest way we know, if we make it at all. I'm exactly 62 miles from home, folks. Yeah, remember I left Metamora and went up the road further because I was going to go filming at another location. So I'm 62 miles from home. My car is stalling out every time it changes gears. I'm afraid to stop at a stoplight or stop sign for it may stall out and not start again. And I have less than half power. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? So we had to throw a plan together instantly. By the way, I am at Versailles State Park at this moment. I am up here at one of the shelters. I did a video back about 2 years ago, talking about the Wolfman of Versailles. I just thought I'd show you the backdrop today for today's video, because this is all I could produce. When I finish my story, you'll know why. So Angie says we do have OnStar. We also had another towing service in case we need it. I said, well, we need to get this car to the shop immediately. You know, unless home is closer, then have it towed to the shop. Angie says Kelsey Chevrolet was on her way, and it was about 5 miles closer than home. So we got 55 miles now to go on a car that's stalling out. Every time it changes into a different gear, it's stalling out, less than half power. I put my hazards on. I say, let's do it. So I had to go up a really big hill. Oh my Lord, I'm here to tell you. I'm traveling about 10 to 15 miles an hour trying to go up this hill. The car's stalling out and getting it started, stalling out, getting it started. And I got the hazard lights, people driving by, blowing their dang horn. I'm like, sorry. So I asked Angie, I said, get a hold of her son, tell him, I don't know how long it's going to take us to make it to Kelsey, as we're still 55 miles from there, you know, to see if they could meet us at Kelsey Chevrolet. Well, folks, after 50 miles of the car basically stalling and stopping, less than half power, I did have to stop at a few stop signs. I had to go across a bridge they was working on, and it was one lane. I was praising somebody. I had the green light to go because I was afraid if I had to stop, I wouldn't get it started again. And then we had to slow down. It's like, oh no, car's stolen and stopping, stolen. You know, I was like, what if I break down right here on this one lane bridge? I was like, oh my God. And they said we did break down. I was like, we may have OnStar, but I would have to get my son Damien to drive all the way out there to pick me up after he worked early hours that morning. That's always been on my back of my mind whenever we go to far locations and film. Oh, bugs are everywhere out here. That's always been on the back of my mind. What if I break down? So we always had a contingency plan in place. That's why we have OnStar. That's also why we have 2 other towing options just in case. Just in case something like this happened. And I always come with, well, in the winter months, blankets. I always come with a little bit of snacks, not just for us, for Kitt too, and lots of water, just in case this ever did happen. And always with a little teeny bit of extra cash in case we have to get held up in a hotel somewhere. Well, we limped our butts into Kelsey Chevrolet roughly about 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday. The shop actually closes at 5. Mechanic comes out. He says, well, we'll put it in. I won't be able to look at it until tomorrow, which is today. And eventually my son Damien made it to pick us up. Now, everything I told you is horrible, right? Oh, it was. But guys, let me tell you the good points on this, okay? Yes, this could have been a hell of a lot worse than what it really was. For starters, yesterday was a very comfortable day. We was in the 70s. Pretty much like today. It could have happened last week. Last week we were dang near 100 degrees. Heat index 114. It could have been bad like that. And if we did break down, we could have not had any services, you know, where we could pretty much call like OnStar to come and get the car. We could have been completely without anything. And the other thing is, my son Damien could have been at work at that time, where he couldn't come and meet us at Kelsey Chevrolet. And the biggest one of all, the car, I'm very proud of my Defiant. The car could not have made it at all. I was lucky enough, every time I stalled, it started to back up. Every time. Of course, the check engine light was bright as can be. And of course, when this all first happened, first thing I did was like, oh boy, am I overheating? But I wasn't. I never dreamed I would have this problem with my car. My car has a little bit over 50,000 miles. And from what the research I was doing, this was not a common thing. And just in case my son wasn't able to come to Kelsey and rescue us, my daughter was at home too. So guys, this could have been far worse, but the best news I haven't told you yet. So they took the car in and they called us this morning, said they're going to put the diagnostics on it and find out exactly what's going on. And then they called and told us high pressure fuel pump, and it's going to take a couple hours to fix. Well, folks, one of the other things that made this, I'm almost afraid to say perfect, but if you're going to break down and you're going to have to take your car to a shop to get it fixed, this will be perfect way that happened. Yeah, this is perfect what happened to us. Our car is on warranty bumper to bumper, folks. What would have cost us over $800 only cost us $104 because of the bumper to bumper warranty we have on the car. Yes. So folks, on my way home from the location, we was going up to another location, my car started having problems. I had to limp it back home 60 miles. 60 miles. It took us forever to get back, by the way. It truly did. When we found out we was having car problems, my wife jumped into gear with the cell phone, made sure everything was still up and going with OnStar and all the insurance, well, all the other places, you know, our towing options. Got on the phone immediately with my son, Damien, and my part was to get us home. And the Defiant somehow did it. I don't know how. I do not know how we didn't get stranded on the road somewhere. I really don't, folks. My car had less than half power, and every time it'd go into switch into gear, it'd stall out. And this went on for the whole 60 miles. I had to go up steep hills, and that was a pain in the butt. Like I said, I had my hazards on the whole time. And then I was able to get to one good long straightaway where the speed limit was 55, I think I was able to get it up to 35 and hold it there for a good piece. We was happy about that. But that's what happened to me last night. Well, the car was done at 4 o'clock today, which means we could not go out on any adventures. It had been too dang late. So I was like, you know what? I want to make sure the car is doing fine. Plus, I was a little nervous. I'm okay now. I'm sure she's going to do great. After a couple hours of driving this thing home, limping and crawling and crying like she was, I was a little worried, make sure it was fine. So we'll be back out to the adventures again next week. What is going on with you, Defiant? I had to have a talk with them. I did. I said, if you're aching and you're ailing, you should have told us somehow. Which it did. The check engine light came on. And yeah, that was my number one fear going to long distance locations, is having car trouble, not making it back home. But we always prepare just in case that happens. And yesterday it did happen. And our contingency plan went into effect. Angie knew what she had to do. Make sure everything was okay in case we had to be towed somewhere. In case we did break down. My fear was breaking down in the middle of the road and having to push the car off the road if I could. Or be there with the hazards on, hoping and praying nobody hits us. Or, you know, until the tow truck guy gets there. And my biggest fear was going across that bridge. That one-lane bridge. I was scared to death. I was like, oh God, it's going to stall. It ain't going to start. It's going to be one of them times it stalls. It ain't going to start. Then going up the hill, I was like, all these people blowing their horns out is going around us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, my hazard light should have told them we was having car problems. But evidently, they probably had somewhere to get in a hurry. You would have think everything we went through that whole way home, we was pros at this. No, we winged it. Even though we have a contingency plan, that's the first time we ever had to use it. Well, guys, there you go. This has been your adventure today. Be telling you about the car problems I've had yesterday. Yeah. Oh, boy. You know what's funny? When we first started off and we was headed to the next location, I was like, oh, man, that bug somehow got around my sunglasses and popped me in the eyeball. It hurts. Then the car starts acting up, and I forgot all about that. My eye didn't hurt anymore after that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. Have you ever been stranded in the middle of nowhere, or have you ever had to limp home like we did from a long distance place? Yeah. Was you in the same boat we was yesterday? All right, guys, by the way, real quick, I was going to make a video about this, but I did not. Some things are changing in my videos. My videos will air at 8 in the morning for a while. I want to see how it do. I am trying to trick the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, whatever the hell you call it, and to get my channel out further. So those that can't be the places we go, my camera will remain their eyes and ears. This way my videos can reach out to people easier. The algorithm, since my channel's so old, and since the videos I do is of nature, algorithm don't like me right now. So that's what I'm trying to change. And by the way, down in the comments, I have a Facebook fan page. Funny saying the fan page, but I do. If you want to go down there and click on it, you can see behind the scenes and stuff. You could pretty much, yeah. I even post all videos I put on YouTube there. I even post other videos on there that you won't see on YouTube. Okay, guys, till next time. Come on, let's get out of here. We might talk more about that algorithm. Learn to speak, Michael. Later on this week. Till then, thanks for watching, y'all. Please leave me comments. Let me know, have you ever been in this situation? And how did you get through it? All right, I'm gone. Thanks for watching.